off myself, so I could go on.
Oh, that's all right. The festival then took a break, so from 2005 up until last year, it wasn't happening. And what was the inspiration then behind?
Well, people always spoke about it with great affection and a nice warm nostalgia as well. Well, we should get this going again. And eventually, some of the past members decided that they would get together and test the water, which they did, and called a meeting, and interested parties came along. We elected a committee, and we got going very quickly.
Brilliant. And there was a lot of support then from the local community.
Oh yeah, what I've said before is that, Rural Ireland is definitely coming back. It's not about to be knocked down and out. It's standing up, and it's getting on its feet again. I know they're saying recently that the recession's starting to go, that it's actually gone. I think they announced. The community spirit, as well as money and stuff like that, was lost, and so what we wanted to do is bring that back and get everybody involved, because when people don't feel involved, they start to move away and they start to get cynical and things like that. But we want to give it a lovely boost with positivity and art. As Heather Humphreys says, art it's not only good for you, it's good for your mental health, and it really brings communities together, and that's what we really want to try and do here.
And we had the opportunity as well to bring back Footspan, who were a very special theatrical company based in France, and they had been here before to great accolade,
and people loved them. That was why.
And when were they here before?
When was the last time we were here? It's only
last year.
Yeah,
they came back last year. See, we didn't really have much of a festival last year. It was mostly at Footspan, but then that gave the idea to people, if we could get them back this year and then build a festival around it, really. It's all about them, really.
Because they're doing 4 shows across 4 nights of the festival.
With a big top marquee as well, so
beautiful.
It'll be absolutely great. It'll be a big spectacle.
And how did the collaboration come about then between the Cootehill Arts Festival and Footspan Theatre Company?
I obviously wouldn't know as much about it, but our older members would have known, had connections and stuff.
Will Smith's brother.
I think it was his name's here. Healy, I think. Was it?
He was a writer, wasn't he?
I think
I didn't meet him. It was before.
Dermot Healy. Dermot Healy. Yes.
Okay.
And he would have had.
They were friends. They were great friends.
Yeah.
And because he was in that genre, he knew a lot of people, and they became friendly and invited them over. And the relationship has grown. Like all things, it's about relationships, and we're making all kinds of contacts at the moment.
Networking. It's a great
networking
event for us.
We've met amazing people this last few months. The difficult thing for us is trying to organise this in a short space of time, because we had to get hold of Footspan when they were available. Normally it would take a year to organise something like this, so we in the trade took a flyer. And
it was great that they were able to come even with short notice.
Fantastic. And they're playing in a few other places, but we're very proud that we've got them, and here they come.
You were saying they're in a big top. Is their work quite circus type performance?
It's farcical in the true sense of the word farce.
Okay.
They do Shakespeare in a farcical type way, but it's also, it's not dumbed down. It is very theatrical and highbrow. It's brilliant. So get yourself a ticket.
I intend to. Don't worry.
See, we're having them out, funny enough, in St Aidan's Comprehensive School, which is the local secondary school, and there I attend it myself. And what you do for, as you know yourself, the junior or leaving cert, is you study Shakespeare and all these older writers that, students would kind of get bored and they'd be like, I don't even know what is he saying, this and that.
Yes.
Whereas this,
you kind of tune out halfway through seeing a play.
This is just out on the football pitch, and it's going to be, hopefully if we can get a few of the young ones in to have a look and understand.
It's full of joy.
It would be a very different way of looking at the text instead of taking it out of the classroom completely.
Definitely.
And the nice thing is, it's a 400-seater marquee, all with tiered seating, so the atmosphere in there is going to be really special,
as well as the heat.
You were saying earlier that Cootehill has a great arts culture, and it has a lot of traditional music and drama. And how does that contribute then towards the festival, especially to kind of the atmosphere of the festival? And
well, the thing about, we were just saying there, is the art is there, and it's always in rural Ireland and in every town across the county and the country. But it's all about just gathering it all together. And, it's there. You just need somebody, like our committee, is to just grab it and ask them to come in and give us as much of a hand as they can. And we have a lot of, luckily, free events and exhibitions and shows that are not only free, but they're local artists. We have
brilliant.
Tyrone Guthrie, which is only up the road. And a lot of people have never heard of it before, but they're, I suppose, a collection of a lot of artists and painters and things like that who have work that wouldn't normally be seen, and so we wanted to bring it out. We have a show.
We've got a loan of the work, and they'll bring it to the library,
which is very nice of them to let us, see it, to bring it out into the library on Tuesday, isn't it? Which will be one of the first events. You'll see in the program if you pick it up. We're just getting them delivered tomorrow, the rest of them. And so they'll be in our Market Street office, the festival office.
Yes. We have an office.
Yay!
Finally.
With balloons, and we'll soon have music.
And where is that again? On Market Street?
Market Street, Cootehill.
Okay.
It's where Molly Rice's old shop used to be. And that was, again, that's more history for you there. It used to be a lovely old sweet shop in the town. And so that's where it is. Hopefully
and
people
what
know
hours
where that
is it open?
Whenever people can volunteer, hopefully, but we're trying to get it
so
open
you're looking for
every
volunteers?
Day. Volunteers, please do pop in and write your name down.
Okay, so pop in, and is that
if
the
you write
main
your
way
name
to
down,
contact
or
you?
if you come in, like I suppose I should be plugging it there. I'm the social media kind of director, so we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all
ways of contacting if you want to volunteer.
If you send us a wee message on something like that, I'll definitely get back to you, and you'll be trying to get away from us with all we give you. But no, we try to be open from about, say, 10 or 11 in the morning on to, as long as people can stay, say about 2 to 6, whatever times. I'm posting whenever I'm in there or whenever somebody's in there. I'll be posting it on the social media so people know when it's open.
Brilliant,
but we
brilliant
try
stuff.
to be open as much as possible.
Yeah, but there are lots of things happening.
Oh, yeah.
And at the same time, we've got a scarecrow competition.
Yes, which we've
running
had
in the town. And,
a few years before.
Yeah, which was a great success.
Yeah.
So,
and hilarious, and it gets people involved and gets their creative energies kind of going. And I suppose when you see it, you kind of say, "What? Who's that standing out of the road?" And then
so it like advertises the event. When
yes.
you see the scarecrows. Mind you, there's a few people in town that are going to have to walk more quickly because they might be judged because it isn't.
Yeah.
That's why you got your new hairstyle.
I did.
But there are some lovely circus skills where you know the
yes.
whole program,
lovely
the
family-friendly
reading.
events.
We want to get all ages really. We've younger people in the children to get them learning some circus skills. I wouldn't know all the details. I know of it, but I don't know the different things that they'll be doing. All the circus things, I was amazed. Not only hula hoops, but they'll be doing different stands and stuff like that. I don't know the technical terms for them, but the children will when they're done. I know it's a 3-day program sort of that goes on. I think it's from Wednesday. It's that you have it.
I'd have.
Yeah. Better
circus
right.
skills. It's in St Aidan's School from 10 till 2 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Thursday,
according
Friday,
to the brochure.
Saturday.
Yes.
So what happens there is they go in. I think it's €45. You can apply on Facebook. It's an event there. You pay, the parents pay the €45, which is brilliant because it's for a 3-day. So they learn over the 3 days with I assume some circus director.
Yeah, the professionals.
Professionals,
yeah. Yes.
And they get hula hoops, stilts, and rollabula, or I can't. How do you? So they learn over the 3 days. Then on the Saturday morning, they come in and we have a street arts event, and they'll be performing for family and friends and whoever wants to come in. It's €5 win at the White Star complex there down the back. We'll be doing that up, and that's our main, I suppose, event. That's for all, not only for all ages, but it's kind of in the town, and it's one of those sort of festival kind of things. And
so get everybody involved, everyone, but locals and non-locals as well.
I know the group TPM, who are like a rap. They're a rap, they're hilarious. Apparently, they're kind of like what do you call that group? The Rubber Bandits.
Yes,
I think they're like them from what I've heard, and so they'll be finishing off with their rapping and things like that, so it'll be hilarious.
Brilliant.
Oh, it'll be all.
There's a great
we've
mix
got storytelling. We've got poetry competitions for different ages.
The majority,
lovely.
Sorry to cut you off, but the majority free events. Just walk in and
You're only slightly disappointed because you know where you dive off the high board that's 120 feet in the air and you dive into 2 inches of water.
Yeah, like you've just said, there's a great mix of different different acts and different art forms and everything, and you have, like you're saying, a local artist involved. So you have a lot of local musicians, but you also have some quite big Irish names as well.
We do. I'll just go through them all just from our programme here. We've Shane Connaughton, who's doing a reading from the Academy Award winning screenplay. He's like a writer and author, and he's very prominent, and I think he's been interviewed by somebody from the Anglo-Celt, I think, so that'll be very interesting for I'm sure your listeners. The Tyrone Guthrie, of course. We've original music from musicians from around the county and the country and the town who have their own songs. So these are original songs that you can come in. That'll be in Nolte's Lounge in Cootehill, and that's free. You just pop in, and of course I don't think the drinks are free, sadly. But Clonus Photography they have an exhibition in with the David Gallagher. That's in the Enterprise Centre. I don't know if I said it. I think that's a free event. Yeah, you can come in, you look at their stuff, you look at David Gallagher's, and a few other local artists. I think have some things in there that you can have a look at, which is great again for local artists. We have Tell You a Question by JCT Productions. That'll be in Drumlin House. Pat McCabe, who's doing a reading. He's a playwright and a novelist. Claudia Schwab, who is an Austrian, nearly said Australian, fiddle player, singer and composer. And she lives and works in Ireland at the minute. And you
also have Glenn Hansard.
Yes, I was just waiting for the build up there. No, you're
my
okay.
apologies, I ruined it on you.
Yes, no, you're fine. Glenn Hansard is a really big. We were very lucky to get him, weren't we? I'll let John. Do you wanna?
Well, he's playing on the Sunday afternoon. We had to hold back the announcement. We didn't want stampeding hordes by knocking the tent down. So anyway, his new show, is it a new show he's got in Dublin at the moment?
I think it's in Vicar Street, and so this is an extension.
So we had to delay our announcement, but that's people are scrambling to get hold of tickets.
I can imagine,
he's brilliant.
That's great.
For those who don't know him, he's an Oscar-winning, actor/singer. He had the movie, I think it was called Once. Which a lot of people.
But he was also in The Frames, which were it was the lead singer of The Frames, who are one of Ireland's probably best bands of the last.
There's so much that I'm even just finding out
about
different people, and so that's about 35 to whatever the additional cost I know for online, sort of the Ticketmaster, and I think it's 37, but around thereabouts or whatever. It is probably one of our dear events, but it's really worth it. He's an international singer coming to Cootehill, and we're very lucky to have him. But the one thing I will say, those are on Ticketmaster, and you better get them quickly, because I know a lot of his fans and a lot of people around Cootehill really want to get some.
It could almost
so that's Sunday, in the theatre tent.
Something that I definitely want to talk to you both about is about the Rescue 116 Memorial concert that's on. How did this come about, and what is the link between
the link is
to Cootehill?
Sorry,
no, it's okay.
The Captain Dara Fitzpatrick's family are from Cootehill.
Okay.
And my wife was her auntie, you see. So,
right. Okay.
And while we had this big event going on, we thought it'd be great to do the memorial concert as one of the events, and that's how it came about. We have some great people. Some of the chieftains are playing. Paddy Maloney's. He might show, Paddy Maloney. We're not quite sure, but Matt Malloy is sailing back from Iceland as we speak. So
there you go.
If you like, he's definitely coming. Triana Marshall of the Chieftains, she's the harpist. She's playing, as is Martin Tourish. Declan O'Rourke is playing.
Of good Irish musicians.
A wonderful folk singer coming over from Yorkshire, an old friend of mine who's highly entertaining. We've got Roscommon Solstice Choir. There are 80 of them. They're doing a special concert in St Michael's Church on the Friday before the big concert. And then we have 40 members of the Clew Bay Pipe Band. And out in Blacksod, where the helicopter went down, we've got a satellite link with a piper at sunset. And as the sun goes down, that piper will play, and it will be relayed onto a huge screen in the marquee. And as that comes on, 40 members of the pipe band will march
That sounds beautiful.
And play alongside.
Very emotional, but
very
happy
emotional
event at the same time.
Yeah, we want it with a smile on its face, but it's just one concert amongst the rest of the stuff.
But I'll just take a chance to commend John, because I know he's taken upon him, and it is a very emotional time for him and the family, but he has taken on to do it himself, and it's a lot of hard work, but...
Well, that's actually not true, because you helped me a huge amount. Remember, we were trying to put this programme together.
Having each other's backs.
People promised to send in adverts, because it's been self-financing, and I'll send it to you tomorrow. And then 2 weeks later it still hasn't come through, and then it comes through with the wrong resolution, and it should have been landscape, and it's portrait. So we were fiddling on the computer.
To fiddle around.
But we've got it done. We're just going to go pick up the special memorial programme. Which is really a gift for the families of the members of the families, because they're all coming as our guests. Yeah. We've got a beautiful letter written by Prince William to the people of Cootehill.
Excellent.
Especially, we've got a letter from the Uachtaráin as well. and it is
Yeah.
it's quite emotional. You're going to
No, it
get,
is.
get me in tears
Oh.
as well. But
Yeah.
the whole it should be a marvelous send off. The whole
No,
of
it
this,
will.
Yeah.
the whole of
Night
this,
sense,
yeah.
it's going to be
the
incredible.
whole of this festival will be great.
The
for
whole
for
thing, yeah.
Cootehill,
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I wish I